So there's a lot of conversations right now in the human design community about specific and non-specific manifesting. I have thoughts, but I'm going to work on trying to reel them in for you all. Well, first of all, my first thought is, what the heck is the difference between specific and non-specific manifesting? If you're manifesting, you're manifesting. However, what I think people are referring to is, can you say, I, Karen Curry Parker, intend to manifest $576 billion by July the 7th at 7 p.m. through selling my audiobooks? That is probably a specific manifestation, one that I have zero belief around, FYI. So here's what I teach, and I taught this before I taught about human design and manifesting. This is the way that it actually works when we look at the physiology of it, and when we look at the heart coherence of it, and when we look at the quantum physics of it. And in fact, if you listen to my interview last week with Dr. Amit Goswami, the quantum physicist, on my podcast, Quantum Revolution, our thoughts and our dreams and our intentions and our attempts at specific manifestations have one goal. And that goal is to create a specific frequency of emotional energy. In fact, if you've watched any of the lessons that I gave you guys, or I feel like I say this all the time and it probably bores people to tears. So I apologize if I'm repeating myself, but your thoughts trigger photon storms in your brain because the nervous system at that level works with light. Those photon storms cause the brain to produce neurotransmitters in response. Those neurotransmitters in turn create a specific frequency of emotional energy in direct proportion to the meanings that you have around those thoughts. So if you think about money and you have great meanings about money, you think money is abundant and it comes to you easily, then you're going to create positive emotions when you think about money. If you think about money and it's something that you have still some conditioning around and it feels scarce and it feels like there's not enough for you, then you're going to trigger quote unquote negative emotions. And that is going to hold a frequency of energy. That whatever your emotional frequency of energy is that gets generated by virtue of your thoughts, whether you're specifically focusing on, I'm going to have all this money by July, or whether you're focusing on, man, I'd really like to feel better than I'm feeling right now. The more emotional alignment you have around those thoughts, the more that emotional energy is going to create either a state of coherence if you're having thoughts that are moving you towards living in a higher state of unity, moving you towards a deeper state of coherence, or moving you towards a higher degree of organization or evolution. That's because the cosmos itself is inherently biased towards coherence, unity, and organization. And so when you're intending something that brings you closer to that and you believe it and you have great feelings about it, then the universe is going to drop in whatever it thinks you need to fulfill that intention. And it might not look exactly like you thought. You might think, oh, I want this red car with these silver running boards and this leather interior. You might get the brown car with the black interior and discover that that's actually exactly what you needed. And sometimes we get something that is exactly what we need, but not at all what we thought, even including the bad boyfriend. Not because you screwed up in your manifesting or you had dark thoughts in your manifesting, but the universe was like, whoa, what we hear is that this person is really wanting to learn to love herself better. Let's send her the bad boyfriend, because that reflection of that relationship is going to be the one catalyst that she needs to finally go, up, time out. I am no longer willing to date the same person in a different body over and over and over again. I'm ready to be free. So here's the kicker. The more we learn to love ourselves, the more we drop into a place of alignment with self-love and self-worth, in general, the more non-specific, really juicy manifesting we're going to do. And really what shows up in your life, whether you're intending it or not, it's always a reflection of your thoughts and your feelings and your conditioning. And if it's showing up and you love it, ask for more of it. And if it shows up and you're like, I'm done with this narrative, then ask for something better. And keep consciously tending to yourself and putting yourself in an environment that is deeply enriched by higher order archetypes like beauty, truth, love, kindness, sustainability, sufficiency, joy, whatever else you want to throw into that mix. Consciously keep taking care of yourself so that the way in which you behave makes the universe understand that you're ready. You're ready for something better. And if you really want the red car, go for the red car. If maybe, and it happens sometimes, that thing that you're really wanting is also that thing that the universe is like, yeah, give her the car. Okay. Does that make sense? And I also think that strategy is really great training wheels. Eventually, many of us are going to be like, I can hear inside my very conditioned mind. I'm starting to hear the difference between my conditioned thinking and divine mind because I've had enough practice now following through with my strategy, and I'm starting to be able to really sense the difference between divine guidance versus my freaked out mind that's worrying about what my mother thinks, right? So you can eventually start to sense that there's something more afoot, but the strategy is a really good set of training wheels in the beginning.